Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining today's webinar. We'll be diving into a critical leadership skill, like handling employee terminations. I know this can feel uncomfortable, but it doesn't have to be. Our goal today is to introduce you to our termination training program that will guide you through handling this process smoothly, confidently, and professionally. If ever you felt unsure or stressed about this part of management, you're in the right place. If you don't mind, if you could write in the chat where you're located and what you're looking for today, I'll make sure to address your concerns in our session. So please take a moment and go in the chat and write where you're from and what you'd like us to address today in our webinar concerning termination training. Ilona, you're from Ontario. Where in Ontario?
St. Catharines.
Okay, great. And you mentioned you would like to learn to deal with the emotions during the terminations. Well, we'll definitely address that in our presentation. Okay, so let's move on. So Pegasus Evolution is a fractional HR consulting business that began in 2020 with a passion for creating employee engagement and great work cultures. I've been supporting managers and talent for over 25 years, serving hundreds of managers and business owners. And I'm Julie Aline, the founder of Pegasus Evolution. So today we will be focusing on the termination process, and I'll share with you some tools that each manager needs to handle while having those difficult conversations with confidence and care. So why is this webinar for you? Let me ask you, do any of these situations sound familiar? If you're responsible for managing employees and want to handle terminations with more confidence, this webinar is for you. If you manage people, want to handle terminations confidently, you've struggled maybe with an employee termination before, or you want to reduce legal risks and improve communication. You care about your team's well-being and value respectful terminations. We have more participants joining. So let me just stop it here. Hi, Yulia. Thanks for joining.
Oh, hi. I wasn't sure if I'd be on mute or not. Hi.
Hi there.
The link never came through on, like, it never, it didn't attach itself to to the calendar invite that came through. So I was,
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
that's okay. I was like, where did I sign up for this?
Yes, we'll try to do a better job next time with making sure that everybody does get the link in their calendar at the same time.
All good. I'm just very excited to be here because this is very timely, fortunately or unfortunately.
Great. Well, thank you for joining. I had asked beforehand where you're from and what were your concerns so that I'm sure to address those in our webinar today. So if you don't mind sharing with us where you're from.
Oh, sure. Oh, wow. We're a very small group. Sorry. So I'm from Toronto. Um,
Okay.
yeah, I'm from Toronto. I recently joined a uh fairly small organization, and I am conducting a termination later this week. So,
Oh, wow. Okay.
ooh, yeah. It would be good to get a bit of a refresher. It's been a minute since I've had to be the
Yeah.
one to.
Yes, yes. So yeah, you're directly into the topic of, why is this webinar for you today?
Yeah.
So, of course, if you manage people and want to handle terminations confidently, if you've struggled with an employee termination before, you want to reduce legal risks and improve communication, and you care about your team's well-being and value respectful terminations. So then you're in the right place.
Great.
Fabulous. So we'll just continue. And because we're a very small group today, please feel free to ask your questions either live or in the chat as we go along. Okay. So, what's your biggest challenge when preparing for a termination conversation? So, I'd love to get some of your feedback in terms of what makes you maybe either struggle or what are the first initial things that make you feel that this is a challenge? Cindy, Julia, Ilona, please share your thoughts. Making sure you include all the important parts. Well, thank you, Cindy. Yes, of course. So what do you consider the important parts, if I may ask?
Just making sure that you cover everything that's necessary, that you're following appropriate, I guess, wording, saying the right things, but also including everything that's necessary to make sure that you've covered everything that you're obligated to do.
Yes, wonderful, thanks. And Yulia, do you have all the tools you need to do that termination next week?
I do. I do. I think my biggest sort of like what's giving me pause a little bit right now is I come from an organization where, we did things a lot more like we would plan for it like weeks in advance. It'd be like conversations and consultations with leadership and things like that. And the organization and sort of everything would be sort of planned to a T. Like, of course, these things um are challenging in many ways, but they're like, things that must be done in order for the business to progress in whatever direction we're hoping for it to progress. And I think what's giving me like a what's kind of a challenge for me right now is that um I don't uh like things happen like way too fast, and without like nobody like takes the time to pause and be like, okay, have we exhausted all other avenues? And I mean, it's my job to support the business, so that's what I'm doing. But on the same token, I'm like, okay, there's like, I just, these things have to be done well. They have to be done clean. They have to be done with utmost respect. And I'm not necessarily seeing that from the people I am supporting right now. And it's just,
Okay, so you're kind of in a tough spot right now.
yeah, it's a bit hard. And, I'm new to the team. I've been here for less than 2 months. And, now, I'm like trying to develop good working relationships with folks. And while it's, a necessary part of the job, it's also hard to be like, oh, well, we're a startup business. Thanks and goodbye.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for sure. And the aftermath as well. And the termination training that we offer covers all of that as well in terms of making sure that you share just, a little bit of why this was needed without going into detail and making sure you pick up the other team members that are staying to make sure that, you are reassuring them at the same time that they're not the next.
Yeah.
Okay, so thanks for sharing that. Oops, did I miss one? I think we did that. Sorry, my slide. So how do you handle emotional reactions from employees during a termination? Are you ready to do that? Like, do you feel that you know what to say to make sure that they feel heard? So I know I'm asking a lot of questions. It's just to get you a bit, into the mode of thinking what needs to be said or done during the termination. Cindy, any insights?
Stay calm at first and, give them that opportunity, have Kleenex available, things like that. I don't know in terms of addressing anything or getting looped into anything, but just to stay calm, I guess, initially.
For sure, for sure. Yulia, how do you handle reactions if you've done this before?
Um, I let people talk.
Mm-hmm.
I let people talk. There's nothing I can say in the moment that will make it better.
Yeah.
I've ruined their day. I've ruined their week. I just told them that
Sorry.
they
Yes.
don't have, and it's not, I've been on the receiving end of this in the past. So so I try to do this with the utmost dignity and respect and sort of give people the space and like whatever their feelings are, whatever their emotions are, like they're gonna come out naturally. I don't expect people to stay stoic. The last time
Yeah.
I had to do this, the person said F you and left the call. I did
Okay.
not expect that from her. Um, but like, but
Yeah.
also, we did reconnect later in the day and she sort of collected her thoughts and was able to, through tears still,
Yes.
which like rightfully so, right? Like kind of
No, tears are normal.
tears are
And
normal. I don't believe like this thing that's coming up for me. I don't believe there are tears. I also have I would like to, give the person's like I would like to give the person that is about to this is about to happen to, like I'd like to give them, credit and not insult their intelligence because they are intelligent. And like I assume that they understand that this is coming.
yeah. So
Like they've had enough. It sounds like, you know, they won't be surprised, but on the same token, I don't know how they're gonna respond.
yes, of course, of course. And that's normal. And there's many, many different situations for terminations. Sometimes it's because of performance. Sometimes it's because of, the business itself is not doing well and they have to cut an employee. There's many, many like situations of the reason why, but how we handle it is still should be respectful and listening, of course, to the employee and let them vent if they need to.
Mhm.
So how do you maintain your own emotional well-being after conducting a termination? Cindy?
I mean, I think I'd like to prep for it ahead of time by just talking myself through it and practicing. But afterwards, yeah, taking a bit of a break just to decompress because it is difficult.
Mhm. Yes. And Yulia, what do you think you'll need after that termination?
Uh, a walk and maybe just, I mean, we'll see how it goes, but I think like a walk is usually helpful. Like doing something completely different, talking to someone, is helpful. I will see how I'll have to talk to IT immediately and like just
Yeah.
do all the immediate kind of necessary things. But
Of course.
uh,
Yeah. Of course, there's all those elements, but
yeah.
yes, for yourself, finding a way to vent out your, stress and
Mhm.
just changing the air is a great idea.
Yeah.
Okay, so today in our webinar, we'll practice the importance of being prepared for terminations and why you would need to complete this termination training, and also the three focus areas of the practical tools we offer in our training. So if you do stay to the end, we have a special offer where you can reduce the price of the termination training. So the discount is available for the next 2 weeks, and you'll get a chance to gain expert knowledge and tools at an exclusive price. So stay tuned. So today's webinar session is really to build confidence, understand why compliance is important, foster compassionate leadership, and protect teams and company reputation while doing terminations. So why this termination training matters. If you've done terminations in the past, there are a lot of legal risks involved when terminating employees. It's also important to maintain team morale and reputation and support the departing employee with dignity and professionalism. So it's a difficult job to do, but we want to do it right. And so it's important to understand all the elements to really consider all of those things. So the three core benefits of our training is really clarity, confidence, and connection. Understand the how and the why of terminations, navigate the difficult conversations with ease, and use emotional intelligence to protect the relationship and the team morale. So there are common pitfalls. Many things can go wrong. Lack of preparation or empathy. We'll look at these to avoid them with the right strategies. So with our training, you can protect your company from costly legal mistakes and minimize risk. And you can do that and maintain a positive team dynamic, ensuring that employees remain supported and engaged after the fact. And perhaps most importantly, we'll show you how to create a respectful and smooth transition and leave employees with a positive impression of the company. So those are elements to consider. So our program is self-paced with interactive modules with real-world scenarios. We focus on emotional intelligence and clear communication. And it is tailored for managers and leaders at all levels. It is self-paced and designed to meet you and help you build your confidence step by step. It's not just theory, it's also packed with real examples and step-by-step elements so you know exactly what to say and do. It's not just about the logistics of the terminations, but also understanding the emotions of the employees and navigating those with care. So why now? So don't wait for an imminent termination. I know, Yulia, you're in that situation. So the now is quite valid, but it's also, it's important to feel confident and prepared for those difficult discussions. So take proactive steps now means you'll be ready for anything that comes your way. And it's also to help you as a leader handle these tough situations with ease and professionalism. So the training is self-paced with interactive modules, and it's all online. We do offer a Facebook group to support the participants in them completing the training. The training is over 3 hours of online questions, and yeah, it's quite simple to use. So we see here the introduction. We cover scenarios and how to manage the emotional response and make sure that you feel ready for anything that comes your way during a termination. Do you have any questions up to now? Cindy, Julia, Ilona, is this clear?
For now, everything is clear to me.
Cindy?
Sorry, I was on a mute. No, it's clear so far.
Okay. And Julia? You're clear too. Perfect. Okay, so let's move on. So the scenarios will involve dealing with performance issues, the emotional response, and the communication part. We offer resources and help you maintain compliance as well. Step by step. So we help with the documentation and a strategy, and we'll help you say what needs to be said respectfully and offer resources and maintain compliance in the process. So emotional intelligence, why is that important? Any idea why we need to consider emotional intelligence in a termination?
Well, I think it's important to realize that the person facing us is living a tough situation. So that might help as a leader to be able to recognize that and try to talk to this person with respect and dignity to try to get the best out of the situation, even though it's a difficult time for both.
Yeah, thanks, Ilona. Cindy, any thoughts?
Yeah, to manage your own reactions as well, so that you ensure that you conduct a proper meeting and mind what you say to protect yourself and the organization.
Okay, cool. Julia, some thoughts?
All of the above. And also, make sure that like I think like respect, like maintaining respect and dignity is really, really important, and like making sure that you hold it together. Like it's not easy to be on either side of it. It's obviously more difficult to be on the receiving end, but as the person delivering the news, it's also really challenging. And so, it's not the responsibility of the person you're delivering the news to, hold it together for you. And
yes,
you,
100%.
regardless of how bad you feel about it, or, how like difficult it is for you emotionally in that moment, you have to it is like, you just have to do what you have to do. And they can't, like, you can't ask them to like feel bad for you or be like, oh, don't you understand how difficult it is for me? No, none of that. Like, this is the news, this is the message, and let's,
Let's get through it.
yeah.
100%. Thanks for sharing. So why choose Pegasus Evolution for your training? We have over 25 years of HR expertise. We have proven methods, and it's tailored for leaders by leaders. So it is made for people who understand what it is to manage people. So join our program today and learn how to navigate terminations with confidence, or review what you already know of that. And, you'll become a stronger, more empathetic leader who can handle tough conversations with professionalism and grace. Avoid common mistakes and protect your company from costly repercussions. So our offer today is the original price is $350 for over 3 hours of training. It is a gamified environment, and you will get a special rebates code today for the next 2 weeks until the end of the month to register, and you can start today if you want with the termination training. So you also do get, as a bonus, an ebook packed with expert termination tips and access to a Facebook group with bi-weekly Q&A sessions. So do you have any questions on this offer? Whoops, we'll go back. Yulia, is this something you would consider?
I would. It may be just a little too late at this very moment for me to do this, but it would have been very helpful to have last week.
Yeah. Okay, well, for the future, I'm sure you would learn something,
Absolutely.
and Cindy as well, something to consider.
Hmm.
And if ever you do need, this is the QR code to join. And the next slide is if you want to get HR support. I don't know, Cindy, Yulia, do you have HR people to support you in your role?
I'm an HR team of one
Okay,
right now.
okay, perfect. So you do have access to some expertise and some content to support you in the termination.
Mm-hmm.
Good. So if you want more support or need any assistance, please let me know. And if you know of employees who, or managers or business owners who could use our services and our training, please let us know. We are fractional HR consultants, so we work with businesses that may not have a full-time HR person, or we work with HR people when they need extra support or have special projects. So these are things that we can do to support you. So thank you so much for joining us today. And thank you for your attendance. If you have any questions that you'd like to ask, please let me know. Otherwise, I'll wish you a great day.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Have a great rest of your day.
You too.
You too.
Bye.